Anyway, to continue this, I just had to erase a whole bunch of apps and stuff. Because this phone, for some reason, you can't put the apps onto SD card. It's the Galaxy A21 Android from Straight Talk. But anyway, my whole point of that whole thing about the thrift store was that, like, a lot of Christians are themselves, like, paying a lot of lip service, saying they believe in the Bible, they believe in the Most High, the Father in heaven, they believe in His Son Jesus Christ, His shed blood, His protection, and all that. But the thing is, they're not living it. It's just lip service. I mean, they're letting the spirit of fear come on them from what they see in the news. Let's face it, guys, if you didn't watch the news, you wouldn't think there was any kind of pandemic out there. You wouldn't think, the way they make it seem, notice that after people started putting that thing in their body, now there's a new variant, but people can't put, 2 and 2 together and see that maybe that's why there's this new thing, because of that. If anyone knows how these things are supposed to work, nobody wants to read up and find out what's actually in these things before they put them in their body. And it's more than just people, dying and getting sick. Your soul's actually at stake here, all right? I'm gonna bring even more stuff. You're not gonna believe it. That's fine. But what the Bible says, like, the blood is off my hands. So either believe or don't. You know what? Don't believe. Just look into it. Like, know yourself 100%. Don't take the easy way out by just, doing what they're telling you to do. Because I'm telling you right now, once upon a time in Nazi Germany, people didn't think that was going to go down, right? And look how it went about. The propaganda got into the minds of the people, okay? So look for these key words. They're starting to call people terrorists now because they don't want to put something into the body that they're not sure what it is. So think about that. For now, it might be the majority against the minority, but believe me, the devil's never done. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and then some. All right, he's gonna keep taking more and more. So you people that are standing together against us, you'll be at each other's throats one day too. All right, there's no end in sight for this. There's only one way, and that's through the blood of Jesus Christ. That's the only peace you're going to get in this world. So that whole thing with the thrift shop was about this. It's about Christians. This is for Christians. They're not having faith. They're not trusting in the Lord's judgment. They're not trusting in the Lord's protection. They're going to be fighting each other for a box of crackers with the famine coming. And that's sad. Instead of coming together, praying, believe me, He will provide. If you pray, if you you didn't have to get that thing, you would have been protected from it. 1,000 will fall by your side, 10,000 by the other side, and you'll be fine. Pestilence will not touch you, but you don't believe that. How did Jesus heal? With a word, right? He told His disciples when they were trying to cast that demon out, it wouldn't come out. He said they didn't have enough faith. All right, faith is a real thing. All right, you ever heard of the placebo effect? All right, that's actually true. That's a tiny bit of scientific truth that shows you that faith is true. So when the Most High says that you can move mountains, Jesus says you can move mountains with your faith, it can be done. Anything can be done if you fully trust in Him. But it's not going to be easy. You're going to be put to the test. You're going to be persecuted, ostracized from your friends, family. Jesus said it's going to be like that. Read Matthew chapter 24. All these things are going to be happening at once. Your own family is going to be like your enemies. And that's sad. And you can see it now already happening. See a lot of people. I've been talking about this for years. But I'm sorry if I made it sound like it was going to happen within a week. But it's all coming true. All right? It's just taking a while. It just took a long time for them to get these steps in order, because they have to change the minds and hearts of people first before they can start getting them to turn on each other and turn on themselves. They got people killing themselves now out of fear, okay? You would have been better off catching that cold. You would have been way better off. We all learned in school about our immune systems. Why wouldn't you just take vitamin C, build up that wall, your immunity first, so that even if you come in contact with anything, you'll be okay, all right? And by the way, if you're going to take vitamin C, don't take ascorbic acid. That's only one molecule of true vitamin C. You're going to take calcium ascorbate or sodium ascorbate. That's the real thing. That's the real vitamin C. And you want to take it with zinc and vitamin D. And next comes like selenium, if you can. But that's a protocol right there to prevent getting the flu or any other sickness. So you don't panic, go into the hospital, maybe start getting probed before you know it. Things go downhill real fast. I'm just saying, I fear for the Christians. They need to keep their faith. They need to strengthen their faith in the Most High and stop following what the media says. Don't follow it. Believe me, you don't know who they are. I know who they are. And I'm not even going to say what they do, right? Because there's no point. If you're meant to know, then you know. But otherwise, I would do my homework first before following any man. All right? And that includes me. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying you might want to check into these things before you jump off this cliff, because you don't know what's down there. Some of these procedures, you can't take them back. Once you do them, you can't take them back. It might be a little intelligent just to wait and see what happens to other people, right? You can warn them, but people who are going to do it anyway. So, I don't know. I truly feel like, the Most High picks who he's gonna use for this and that. I tried to tell my family not to do that procedure, but they didn't listen. I haven't seen them in years, and the last they seen me was like I was this kid, a drunk. I was a drunk walking around the street, drinking every day, acting like a fool. Had a perm in my hair. It was ridiculous. I was lost, But that's the thing. The Lord will use the least likely, like how he chose David out of his brothers. He was the youngest one. He was a pretty much a boy at that time, He picked him. Think about Gideon, Gideon's army. He wanted that army small. Why? Because so he can get all the glory. He uses the ones who seem weak, Unfortunately, it's not going to be like these all powerful and people who come in suits and ties that are going to tell you the truth most of the time these days. Those are the ones actually who are lying to you, and that includes the pastors, these wolves in sheep's clothing. I saw this thing today about this church. It's like they're going to follow the science. Okay. All right. Follow the science. Science falsely so-called, because science is something that's observable, okay? And don't tell me that you've observed any of these things, because the CDC themselves says they've never even isolated that so-called virus, okay? They tell you the truth. They tell you the truth about what's effective, what it's going to do to your body, how it's not going to help you, how it can hurt you, even kill you. They tell you this. They have to. If you read the book of Job, the devil has to warn you of what you're doing to yourself. They do it in Hollywood. They do it all over the place. They're warning you. Predictive programming, all these zombie movies. Important. Hollywood has never been big on making movies that haven't eventually happened. Like if you think about the movie Outbreak or Contagion, look what's going on now. It's almost exactly how they wanted it. So what do you think The Walking Dead's for? Your entertainment? Is it going to happen exactly like that? No, but damn close. Okay? I live in a neighborhood where I would walk down the street. I see people who have just been taken over. They're not themselves. They're lashing out, talking, yelling, screaming at themselves. People would say they're crazy. No, they're not. They're possessed. Their soul is somewhere. Their spirit is somewhere in there, but they've been taken over by unclean spirits. Most likely, they're let in through drugs, drug abuse. Other ways are yoga, meditation, things like that. You open these doors, spirits come in. If you're not going to believe in spirits, then don't. Eventually you're going to be forced to. All right? It's going to be the only logical answer. So, I know I'm kind of just mumbling. I'm just kind of going off my head, you know. But, like I was saying, they got to warn you. Read the book of Job. Saying always it's a Kabbalistic principle that you have to warn the enemy before you do something to them. That way, when you both stand before the Most High, they can't say, I didn't know. The wicked ones are going to be like, we told them what was going to happen. See, a lot of times in the news or in the movies, they'll say something. They'll say they're going to do something and then laugh it off. That way you think it's a joke. But they told you. They told you what they were going to do. They just made you not believe it afterwards. Psychological. Satan's a master of psychology. Alright? And then they'll get you to do something to hurt yourself. Damn your own soul. It's not. We're going to go into some hard times. Jesus said, if you seek to save your life, you're going to lose it. If you'll lose your life for his name's sake, you'll save your life. Right? And that's the real life, because it's not just about this. We're just sojourners here. We're just passing through. No matter what you do, you want to get these things so you can keep your job. You're going to lose your job anyway. Everything is going to go bye-bye. So you might as well just face it now rather than later, when you're less likely to be able to protect yourself because you're too sick or too gone to protect yourself spiritually or physically. All right, so Christians especially, wake up, increase your faith, get into the Word. I'm speaking to myself too. I'm the high and mighty. I'm the chief of sinners. I still struggle, But some of these things just need to get out. And one of the reasons I make this video, or these videos, is for myself. Okay? So, you might watch for the first 10 seconds. All I know is I kept my promise to the Most High today. I made that video. This is part 2. So listen, the Most High will handle it. Nothing's happening without his knowledge. And he's letting this all happen. All right? So you Christians know, he's letting this all happen to you. You must have something to repent about. Think about the last few things that have happened before this whole thing was released upon us, this judgment. What laws were passed right before this happened? In New York City, after a baby's born, you could kill it. They want to call it abortion. After it's already out of the womb, after 9 months, kill it. Okay? How about the gay marriage thing? That was passed too, right? They could have called it anything else. They could have called it a union, a male-male union, a female-female union, whatever. They could have called it, but they want to use the word in the Bible, marriage. You want to say under God? You're putting his name in it? All right. See, that's the problem right there. So unless you stood up there with a picket sign and said something or did anything about it, then you deserve judgment. I deserve judgment because I didn't say anything. You know what they say? Silence is a form of, like you're with it. Like you let it happen. Passivity is one of the biggest problems in the church these days, is that they're too passive. They're letting everything slide. So now, at this point, it's time to work on an individual level. Start with yourself. Start with your family. Maybe you can save a few people here and there. But look within your own self to start there. All right? And then your children, especially, if you have, then your spouse or, the rest of your family. But you have to start there, really. It's really like, it's real Christians are really hard to find. It's like here and there. So far in between. That gate to hell really is wide. And the road to heaven is really, truly narrow. Alright, I don't fool myself. I need a lot of help. And be careful when you judge other people, because I've seen it. It's happened to me. You judge someone else for doing something, or if I was to judge someone else for doing something, chances were I would end up doing it. Alright? So I don't even do that. I'm just like, I pray for them, and I pray for protection against that myself. Father, protect me from that. Give me the strength to persevere. Alright. Peace and blessings on everyone, especially the saints of the Most High. I gotta think that the 144,000 are already out there. Peace and blessings on you. And we may not know each other, but together we can get through this, right? If you're with Jesus, I'm with Jesus. Let's stick with him. Praise him. Praise Jesus. Praise the Most High, Abba in heaven. Glory be to him. We thank him for his grace. We ask for his strength. May he seal us on our foreheads with his name. When we persevere to the end, may our VMAT2 genes and our DNA be preserved so that we will always know him. And may he never forsake us. May we never forget him. Praise Abba. In the name of Jesus. Amen.